Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some Appa's pre-1961 Bats League, and we got the Philadelphia A's traveling to New York to take on the Yankees here on April 19th. And let's take a look at the A's starting lineup. Leading off, playing shortstop Chick Galloway. Batting second, playing third base is Home Run Baker. Batting third, playing first base is Jamie Foxx. Batting fourth, playing center field, Al Simmons. Batting fifth, playing right field is Wally Moses. Batting sixth, playing left field is Bob Serve. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Frankie Hayes. Batting eighth, playing second base is Mac Bishop. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is Jack Combs. And let's take a look here at the New York Yankees starting lineup, folks. And we got leading off, playing second base is Mr. Flash Joe Gordon. And batting second and playing shortstop is Phil Rizzuto. And batting third, playing left field is Babe Ruth. Batting fifth, and we're going to switch these guys because Joe DiMaggio says he's not playing right field. He's a center fielder, and he's the man at the play out there. So Mick will play right, and Joe will play center field. So Mick will be batting fourth, playing right field. Batting fifth, playing first base is Lou Gehrig. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Yogi Berra. Batting eighth, playing third base is Red Ruffle. And on the mound, batting ninth, is the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford. Let's get down here to Yankee Stadium, folks, and get this game started. As Ken Castro joins us here. Yeah, this should be. Is right. What happened here? There we go. Somehow that didn't get on the screen. Got me. Alrighty, now we got it on there. And we're ready. Like I say, the lead off for the A's is Chick Galloway. This is his first at bat of the season, and this is his 1922 season. He batted 324 and 22, 6 homers, 69 RBIs. And this is Whitey's 1958 season. And Whitey pitched in 30 games, started 29, was 14 and 7 with a 2.01 ERA. And here's the first pitch to Galloway. And against a 21, that's going to be a leadoff single in the right field. And just like that, the A's got the first batter aboard against Whitey. Not the way the Yankees want to see this game start, with a leadoff base hit. And that'll bring up Mr. Home Run Baker. And Baker is hitting 750 on the year. He's 3 for 4 with no homers and no RBIs. This is his 1912 season. He batted 347 with 10 homers and 130 RBIs in 1912. Whitey was your bullpen guy. He didn't start much. Yeah. Yeah, I like Whitey, so I put him in the rotation. Yeah. And here's the pitch to Baker. Runner down at first, nobody out. That's going to be a fly ball out the Mick in right field. That'll be out number 1. And that'll bring up Mr. Double X, Jimmy Fox. And Jimmy's 0 for 4. This is his 1932 season, batted 364, 58 home runs, 169 RBIs. Yeah, he's only a 19. Yep. Their pitching staff ain't that great. You got Reynolds is an 18, Gomes is a 19, Shalky's a 19. Yeah, and then in the bullpen, let's see who I got in the bullpen here. They got a few B's in the bullpens. You got Ed Lop, he's a 16. You got old Hoyt, he is 15. You got Herb Pengmock, he's a 14. Red Ruffing, he's a 14. And then you got Page, he's a 17 out of the bullpen. So the Yankees pitching staff isn't that deep compared to most teams. But they got the bats, that's for sure. So we got Jimmy Fox up now. And runner down at first and one out. And that's going to be I think that's going to be a pass ball. And that says a pass ball catcher. PB3, he's not, so that's going to be a rare play with a runner down at first. A 36 on a 37. 36 on a 37 is going to be one. That'll be in the left field. And Babe Ruth is out there. We'll have to re-roll some dice. And a 64, that's going to be fielding column 3. Guarantee you that on a 2. And it sure is. 64. Yeah, just barely a column. Yeah, that'll be a column 3. So that's going to be a single in the right field. Runner's going to score and batter to second on air. So right away, the A's score on the air by Babe Ruth. That'll be a single. That'll be an East. Wait a second. Didn't want that. Wanted that to be an error. We got to go back. Right away, the A's get on the board here. So we got a base hit. An E7 runner on first is going to score, and the batter is going to take second on the air. And Fox is down at second with one out for Al Simmons. And this is Al's 1930 season. And he's batting 750. He's 3 for 4. He's got a triple and an RBI. See if, and Galloway didn't score. What the heck? Do this again here. Undo. Galloway was supposed to score on the play. So we got a base hit and an E7. Runner on first is supposed to score, and the batter to second on the air. And there we go. Now we got it. And here's the pitch for Simmons. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Bill Rizzuto, a 61. They're not having very good rolls with these defense. A 61 is going to be fielding column 2 for Rizzuto. And he's still going to look the runner back to second and fires over to first for out number 2. So now there's 2 outs. And Wally Moses is up here. And this is Wally's 1937 season. Excuse me, Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, Ken? They got the power. That's for sure. It's if the teams can keep up with them. Like I say, the A's are out to a 1-0 lead. And Wally is 1 for 3, batting 333. In 1937, he batted 320 with 25 homers and 86 RBIs. And that's going to be a 40. And a pass ball by P2 and P3 catcher. Otherwise, Nope, he's a pass ball 1. Otherwise, that's going to be a rare play again with a runner down at second on a 40. And a 40 and a 42. And that's going to be hit out the center field. And that's Joe DiMaggio. He's a 3. We'll re-roll the dice here. And a 34 on a 3 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a fly out. Nice play by Joe DiMaggio to end the inning. Makes a nice running catch. And that'll be out number 3. But the A's score an unearned run with the error on Babe Ruth. and lead this game 1. And the Yankees coming up the bat will have Gordon, Rizzuto, and Ruth. This is Joe Gordon's first plate appearance of the year, and it's his 1940 season. He batted 280, 30 homers, and 103 RBIs. He'll be going up against Jack COOMBS. Let's see what year this is for Jack. It's his 1910 season. Excuse me, he pitched in 45 games, started 38. He was 31-9 with a 1.3 ERA. Here's the pitch to Flash Gordon. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Gordon gets aboard here with a leadoff walk for the Yankees. And up steps the scooter. Phil Rizzuto from the money store's up now. And this is Rizzuto's 1950 season. He's batting .333. He's 1 for 3. And in 1950, he batted .324, 7 homers, and 66 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Rizzuto. And that's going to be a base on balls. Jack can't find the strike zone, and you don't want to walk these 2 leadoff runners now. You get the Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Yogi Berra. The list goes on and on and on. So Babe Ruth up. Babe's 0 for 3. This is Babe's 1921 season, batted .378, 59 homers, and 171 RBIs. And here's the pitch to the Ruth. And that ball is launched, folks. That's what you don't want to do here. And against a 21, that's going to be a home run. Babe Ruth's first hit of the year, folks. Down the left field line. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. And just like that, 3-1 New York, and still nobody out. And that's what these Bronx Bombers are going to do in this Bats League, folks. Ooh, you cannot walk. You cannot walk the leadoff batters. These first 2 guys got to be must-outs. Got to be must-outs. And that'll bring up the Mick. And the Mick's 0 for 4. And this is Mick's 1956 Triple Crown year. He batted .353, 52 homers, and 130 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And Yankee one day, Bob Serves out there with the A's makes the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring up Lou Gehrig now. And Lou is batting 1,000, folks. He is 2 for 2 with a double. Came around the score once. And here's the pitch to Lou. Can he keep up his perfect streak here? And that ball is high. Let's see. He's got an H, so he might take this away from Lou. Lou against the right. He's going to make him 19. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going home run number 1 for Lou Gehrig. And he says, what Babe can do, I can do better. And that's a 4-1 ball game now, folks. And up steps Joe DiMaggio, batting .333. He had a 2-run homer in game number 1 against these A's to help the Yankees win. And like I say, he's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a homer. Here's the pitch to Joe D. And that's going to be against the 24. That's going to be a single in the right field. And Jack COOMBS cannot get an out here, folks. So Joe DiMaggio's down at first. And here's Casey's boy, Yogi Berra's up now. This is Yogi's 1950 season. Yogi's 0 for 3 this year so far in the first game. And in 1950, he batted .322. He had 28 homers and 124 RBIs. Can Yogi get in on this hitting today? And he sure does. He squares it up, folks. And this looks like it ain't going to be much of a ball game. This could be back-to-back games that I had that ain't much. The Giants beat up on the Cardinals in my last game. And it looks like the Yankees are trying to do the same here. And that's going to be a double in the right field. with that Maggio speed, he should score. Let's give it a look here. That'll be a 52. Wally's got a damn good arm out there, 33, but with the Maggio speed, he should score. And he will. He'll score without a throw. And Yogi's down at second. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, this game has gotten out of hand. It is now 5-0. And they're going out to talk to Jack. They're getting the bullpen up. The only thing is, the A's bullpen, it's good, but it ain't great. And they're going to get up. The lefty seems they got a lefty in the bullpen. And they're going to get up Wahlberg. He's getting up. And Joe DiMaggio was supposed to score on that. Let's go back here and get Joe to score. Yeah, you told me he's right, Ken. Like I say, this team is freaking loaded. Like I say, Walken, Gordon, and Rizzuto. That just screws your pooch. You can't do that. You cannot walk those two guys. They have to get out. So that's going to be a double in the right field. And DiMaggio scores. And now we got a runner down at second. And still only one out. And up steps Red Ruff. And Red is 1 for 3. He's got a double on the year. And this is his 1939 season. He batted .329 with 14 homers and 80 RBIs, and he's got an RBI out there at second for Yogi. And that's going to be an 18. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Galloway, I can't see what he is. Yogi's got him covered up here. And he is an 8, and that's going to be a 66. That's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be an error on Galloway. He throws this ball wild into the dugout, and that's going to score Yogi. And Red's going to get down to second on the E6, folks. Nothing's going right for the A's here. So in E6, the runner scores, and that's going to be it for Jack. They can't afford no more. So Jack comes out of this game, can't even get out of the first inning, folks. And they're going to bring in the lefty. Wahlberg's going to come in. So Jack COOMBS gets beat up here 6-1. And we got Whitey Ford up. And in comes Rube Wahlberg. And this is Rube's 1926 season. So they're bringing the lefty. I can't believe Jack COOMBS got beat up that bad, Ken. He's a damn good pitcher, and I didn't see this coming. So Rube will come in here, the pitch. Like I say, this is his 1926 season. This will be his first appearance of the year. And in 1926, he pitched in 40 games, started 19. He was 12-10 with a 2.8 ERA. Reds down at second, still only one out. And the Yankees have sent the 9th hitter up to the plate, and it is Whitey Ford. And this is Whitey's 1958 season. And Whitey had a nice season at the plate in 58. Batted .205 with 2 RBIs. Can Whitey deliver here? And that's going to be a 9 against a 13. And everybody gets a hit. That's going to be a single in the left field. And Red, with his speed, he's going to stop at third. So we got first and third. Everybody gets a hit. You get a hit. He gets a hit. Everybody hits for the Yankees. We don't need no stinking DH. We're back to the top of the order. And Joe Gordon started this inning off with a walk and came around to score on the 3-run homer by Ruth. Here's the pitch to Gordon. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And that'll be fielding column 1. And that's a 47 for Red to score. He doesn't have that great of speed. Let's see here. So that'll be a 27. 47 minus a 27 plus 7 will be a 27 to score with. And he's going to try to come home here. Whitey's going to hold up at first, obviously. So a 27 is a 53 or lower. He's safe. And he's safe, folks. Gordon gets a sacrifice fly out the left field. That makes it a 7-1 ball game. And up steps Phil Rizzuto. He walked his first time up and again came around to score on the Babe Ruth home run. So now you got Whitey down at first. It's a 7-1 ball game. And can Phil Rizzuto keep this up? And no, that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He's going to take it himself and step on the bag to end the inning. But 11 men come to the plate, and the Yankees take a 7-1 lead into the top of the second. And we got Bob Serve, Hayes, and Bishop due up here. This is Bob Serve's first plate appearance. And this is Bob's 1958 season. He batted .305, 38 homers, and 104 RBIs. And you're going to see him probably a little bit more than most A's fans would, but I'm a big Bob Serve fan. So he's going to play against a lot of lefties for me because I just like Bob Serve. So against left-handed pitchers, you'll probably see Bob start a good bit for me, folks. Here's the pitch to Serve. And that's going to be a base on ball. It's not what you want when you got a 6-run lead. So Serve trots on down the first. And that'll bring up Frankie Hayes. And this is Frankie's 1940 season. This is his first plate appearance of the year. And in 1940, he batted .308, 16 homers, and 70 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Hayes. And that ball is high. That ball is hit hard. Let's see if Whitey can keep this one in the ballpark against 19. And he's a G. That is a homer. And just like that, folks, the A's scored 2 and make it a 7-3 ball game. They say, not so quick, Yankee fans. A's ain't giving up without a fight here. So now there's nobody out and nobody on for Bishop. And this is Max. He's 0 for 3. This is his 1928 year. He batted .316, 6 homers, 50 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Whitey gets his first strikeout of the game after giving up the homer. And that brings up Woo Berg. And this is his 1926 season. He came in relief for Jack. He batted a .52, no homers and 4 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Rube. And Rube, that's going to be a 25 and 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Joe in center field. Nice play out there near the monuments. He hit it hard, but Joe had room out there for out number 2, rather. Back to the top of the order we go in. Galloway. Galloway singled and came around to score in the first. And that ball is hit well. This is going to be a slugfest here, it looks like today, folks. Ball's popping out of Yankee Stadium today, and that's going to be a double into the gap. Mick gets over after it bounces off the wall, throws it in, and Galloway's down at second. Yeah, exactly, Ken. Yeah, I'm getting used to that shit. Yep. Yep, And we got home run Baker up. He flew out the right field his first time up. Yeah, Yankees up 7-3. Galloway down at second. And that's going to be a fly ball in the deep center field. DiMaggio's got plenty of room out there. Makes the catch. But the A's scored 2 on a 2-run homer. And we go to the bottom of the second. 7-3 New York. We got Ruth, Mano, and Gehrig due up here. Babe, of course, led off with a homer his first at bat, a 3-run shot. Here's the pitch to Ruth. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Al's got it out there for out number 1. And up comes the Mick. And the Mick was 0 for 1. He was the only Yankee in that first inning that didn't get on base at least once, folks. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Mick gets aboard here on his second plate appearance. And the Comet down there, it's got great speed, but he doesn't steal very often. G, what's a G? Only with 2 outs behind by 1 or tied in the 8th inning or later. So Mick's not going nowhere, but he's got great speed down there. That brings up Lou Gehrig. He homered his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Yep, another base on balls. These A's can hit the strike zone, folks. And walks kill you against these Yankees. We done proved that in the first. So you got first and second now, and that brings up Joe DiMaggio. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. See if DiMaggio can drive in Mantle from second. A single will definitely do the job. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And Mick's going to stay put. Serve catches it. And that'll be out number 2. That brings up Yogi Berra. Can Yogi get a 2-out base hit here and get some of them runs back? Yogi had a double, an RBI double in the first inning. And that's going to be another fly ball out the Bob serve. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees leave 2. We go to the top of the third. The Yankees still with a 4-run lead. We got Fox, Simmons, and Moses due up here in the third. And Fox is 1 for 1. He had an RBI single in the first inning. Here's the pitch to Jimmy. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Lou's got it. Calls off Whitey. And that'll be out number 1. Brings up Al Simmons. And Al is 0 for 1. He grounded out the Phil Rizzuto first time up. And that's going to be against a lefty. We'll make him a 10. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Nice piece of hitting by Simmons. He turns on that ball. He's down at first with a 1-out single. That brings up Wally Moses up now. And Wally flew out to center field his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Roos got it. 2 down. Simmons still down at first for Bob serve. Bob walked his first time up. See what Bob can do, and came around the score. And that's going to be against the lefty, an 18 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And Whitey fires over to Lou. And that'll end the inning. And the A's leave 1 on. We go to the bottom of the third. We got the bottom part of the order due up for the Yankees. Red, Whitey. I had to say it like that, folks. Sorry. And Mr. Flash Gordon. Red's 0 for 1. He did reach on an error and came around the score. Here's the pitch to Red. And that's going to be a rare play result on a 61 on a 40. Was that what it was? On a 39. A 61 on a 39. Probably going to be a foul ball. No, it's not. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Galloway will have to re-roll some dice here. And a 31 on an 8 should be fielding column 1. Nope, barely in the fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single. Beats out a hit. And so Red's on with an infield hit. Hit down the short. So now we'll have Whitey up with a runner down at first. Whitey's going to try to sacrifice him in the scoring position for the top of the order. Whitey's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And a 27. And that'll be a 61. 27's hit down the third. A 5 on a 61 is probably going to be fielding column number 2. And it is fielding column number 2. And on a sacrifice, that's 2 strikes. And Whitey now on the 0-2 pitch. He's still going to try to square around and bunt. And on a 12, on a sacrifice, this one's hit down the first. And Nellie Fox with a 15 is going to be fielding column 1. That's going to be bunting in the air. Nice catch by Red. That's a pop up. It's going to be a double play. Red gets it. And he's going to throw down the second. Wait a second, though. He's going to throw over to first with Bishop covering to end this, to put 2 outs now. So a double play. Whitey can't get the bunt done. Down 2 outs, and now Gordon's up with nobody on. And Joe's walked his first time up and had a sacrifice fly a second time. So he's yet to get an official at bat, and that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Baker's got it, fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 4th. We got Hayes, Bishop, and Wahlberg due up here. And we'll probably have a pitch hitter here for Rube. And Frankie Hayes is 1 for 1. He had a 2-run homer his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Whitey walks him. And that'll bring up Mr. Max Bishop with a runner down at first and nobody else. Max struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Gordon's up with it. He fires over the Rizzuto, over to Lou Gehrig, and that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. And that's going to be it for Rube. And let's see here. Ed'll probably come into the game, Rommel, and see who's going to pitch hit here for him against Whitey. Let's see here. Need some base runners. And it looks like it's going to be Mr. Miller. Ed Miller's going to come out here and pitch hit for Rube. And where's old Miller? There he is. And Miller's 0 for 4 on the year. This is his 1922 season. He batted .335, 21 homers, 90 RBIs, nobody on, 2 outs. Pitch to Miller, and that's a swing and a miss. Whitey strikes him out, and that'll end the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 7-3 New York. And then we'll need a new pitcher here for the A's. And they'll be facing Rizzuto, Ruth, and Mantle. And Eddie's going to come in the game, Rommel. See what Eddie can do here. What year is this for Eddie? This is the 1922 season. This will be his first appearance of the season. And in 1922, he pitched in 51 games, 33 starts, 27-13 record with a 3.28 ERA. Like I say, he'll be facing Rizzuto, Ruth, and Mantle. And Fields 0 for 1. He walked and grounded out the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Galloway at short. Hits it to his counterpart for out number 1. And up steps Babe Ruth. He homered in this game. Gave the Yankees a 3-1 lead, and he flew out the right. And that ball is high, that ball is far, and that ball is going. Babe Ruth, home run number 2 today, folks. That was a no-doubter. And that makes it 8-3 New York. And up steps Mick. Mick's 0 for 1. He did walk his last time up. and he flew out the left field. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bishop at second for out number 2. And that brings up Lou Gehrig. And Lou's hit a home run in this game. He's 1 for 1 with a walk also. Here's the pitch to Lou. Lou's still batting 1,000 here, folks. And against the righty, that's going to make him a 14 and an 8. And that's going to be the first time this year they've gotten Lou out. Bob Serve races into the gap, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 1 on Babe Ruth's home run. We go to the top of the 5th. It's 8-3 Yankees. To the top of the order we go, and Galloway, Baker, and Fox. And Chick is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That ball is hit down the second. Gordon's up with it, fires over to Gehrig for out number 1. And up steps home run Baker now. And Baker's 0 for 2. He's flown out the right and the center. And he gets a hold of this one, folks, and that's going to find the gap out there in right field. And that's going to be a 1-out double, and Baker's down at second for Mr. Fox. Double X is up now. And Jimmy is 1 for 2. He's got an RBI single and grounded out the first. Here's the pitch to Fox. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Whitey's a 1 on a 46. That'll probably be fielding column number 2. Might even be fielding column 3. And it's fielding column 3. And the runner will get down the third as Baker trots down the third as Whitey fires over the first. So now you got Simmons up and a runner 90 feet away from scoring. And Al's 1 for 2. He singled and grounded out. Here's the pitch to Al. And that's going to be a well-hit ball. He squares this one up against Whitey. And that's going to be a double in the, a double in the right field. And Simmons has an RBI double. And it is now 8-4. They get that run right back. And Wally's up now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And Wally's 0 for 2. He's flown out the center and the left. And that's going to be a base on balls. All of a sudden, Whitey can't get this third out, folks. And Bob Serves up now with runners on first and second. Can Bob come up with a big hit here? He's 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded back to Whitey. Here's the pitch to Bob. And Bob says, kiss this one goodbye, maybe. He's got that G factor. That'll make him an 18. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. And just like that, it's a 1-run ball game, 8-7. And still 2 outs. Whitey struggling here in the 5th. He gets 2 outs and can't get out of the inning yet. They're out to talk to him. He's got Frankie Hayes up. Frankie's already homered off of him. Yeah, like I say, old Sir makes me look like a genius, don't he, Ken? Bringing him in there. Yeah. Here's the pitch to Hayes. And that's going to be a rare play. It'll probably be a foul ball on a, maybe not on a 15. 15 and a 38. That ball's going to be hit down the second. And Gordon's a 9. We'll have to re-roll here. And a 32 and a 9 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And 15 and a 9. That's going to be a pop-up in the foul territory. Gordon races over, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the A's score 4, 3 of them on the Bob Serve homer. And we got us a ball game again, folks. We got DiMaggio, Berra, and Red due up here in the bottom of the 5th. And if we get the Whitey, I'm sure they'll pitch hit for him. And Joe's 1-for-2. He singled and flew out the right. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out the left. And that'll be out number 1. And that brings up everybody's favorite Yogi Bear. And Yogi's 1-for-2 with an RBI double. And he flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. This one out the right. Wally's got it. 2 up and 2 down for the Yankees. And that leaves us to Red. Can Red get aboard here? Red's 1-for-2. He's reached base both times. Once on an error and then he singled. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Red's aboard here with a 2-out single. And that's going to be the end of the day for Whitey. We're going to have a pitch hitter come up here now. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here against the righty. And I think Roger Maris is going to step up here, folks. See what Roger can do. Roger grabs a bat. Not bad when Roger Maris is coming off the bench as a pitch hitter here. And this is Roger's 1960 season. He batted .283 with 39 homers and 112 RBIs. Can Roger do some damage here against old Eddie? And no, that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to fire over to first, and that'll end the inning. Yankees strand 1. We go to the top of the 6th. See who's going to come out here and pitch for the Yanks. And we got a lefty, a righty, a lefty, a pitch hitter, and then a righty. So let's see who they're going to bring. Look at the bench here. Who they don't want to keep out of here. I think they're going to bring a righty out. Most of the better hitters are right-handed. So Hoyt's going to come out of the bullpen here. See what old Hoyt can do. This is his 1927 season. Yeah, pitcher stool. Yeah, it sure is, Clinton. Yeah. I thought the Yankees were going to blow them away. They got out to a 7-1 lead. Where's old Hoyt at? Like I say, this is his 1927 season. And Hoyt, 1927, pitched in 36 games, 32 starts, was 22-7 with a 2.63 ERA. They'll be facing Bishop, a pitch hitter, and then to the top of the order in Galloway. And that's going to be a rare play, a 34 on a 36. And that's going to be a strike 1 on Bishop. Here's the 0-1 count on Max. And that's an 8 against a 16. That's going to be a fly ball out to Joe in center field. He makes the catch for out number 1. Oh, will do, Clinton. Yep. Oh, the Facebook. Hold on here. I'll put it in the I'll put it in the comments here so you can put it on there so everybody can see Facebook, Clinton. Not a problem, man. There you go. And that'll be it for red. And let's see who's going to come out here and grab a bat for the A's. Let's see here. And I think Bob Johnson's going to grab a bat. He's got some pop. So Bob Johnson grabs a bat for the A's. This is his 1934 season. Well, let's go with the lefties instead of that. Let's go with the lefties. You can either go with Mickey Cochran. I don't think they got another. They don't got another catcher. So it's going to be Fan. Fan's going to come off the bench. We'll go with the lefty. Go with the lefty. And this is Fan's 1951 season. And this is Fan's first at bat. He batted .344 in 1956 homers and 57 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Fan. And that's going to be a base on balls. So with one out, he's got the tying run down at first. Into the top of the order we go. And Chick Galloway's up now. And Chick is 2 for 3. He's got a double and grounded out and singled. And that's going to be a fly ball out the roof and left field for out number 2. And here's home run Baker now. And Baker is 1 for 3 with a double. He's flown out the right and center. And that's going to be a 20. That ball's going to be hit down the second base. Gordon, 42 and a 9. That should still probably be a 42. That's still going to be fielding column 1. And he makes a nice play. Dives, makes the stop, throws from his knees over to Gehrig. Now to win the inning. And we go to the 6th. It's still 8-7. Yankees. Now we got to see who's going to come in here and pitch for the A's. You got the top of the order in Gordon and Rizzuto, and then Ruth. So they're going to go with the righty. Moose Arnshaw is going to come out of the pen. See what the Moose can do here. So the Moose will come out of the pen. What year is this for the Moose? 1929 year. This is Earnshaw's first game, and in 1929, he pitched in 44 games, started 33, had a 24-8 record with a 3.29. Like I say, he'll be facing the top of the order here. And Joe Gordon is 0 for 1. He's walked, had a sacrifice fly, and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Simmons has got it, and I'll put that to left field. We'll have to change that. And that'll be out number 1. And that'll bring up the scooter Phil Rizzuto now. So make that out in the center field. And all of a sudden the game wants to lag. Alrighty, 1 out for Phil Rizzuto. Let's see if Phil can get a 1-out rally going since this is a 1-run game now. And Phil is 0 for 2. He's walked, grounded out to first, and grounded out to short. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And I think old Moose is going to screw the pooch here. A 46, and he's a 1. That's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be an error, E1, and that's going to get Rizzuto down to first. And again, you cannot let these leadoff runners get aboard here. And up steps Babe Ruth. He's already homered twice in this game, folks. He's 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. And the only other time he was up, he flew out the right. Here's the pitch to the Babe. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. The Moose gets him. Now there's 2 outs, and here comes the Mick. Can Mick do something with Phil Rizzuto down at first? Mick's 0 for 2. He's walked, flown out the left, and grounded out the second. And that's going to be against a righty. That's going to make him a 17, or rather a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Bob Serve makes the catch. The Yankees strand 1. We go to the 7th inning. Yankees holding on to a 1-run lead. We got Fox, Simmons, and Wally Moose due up here. And Fox is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Single, grounded out twice. And that's going to be against a 16. That's going to be a fly ball out to Joe DiMaggio. He makes the catch in center field for out number 1. That brings up Al Simmons now. And Simmons is 2 for 3. He's got an RBI double. He singled and grounded out to short. And that's going to be a well-hit ball by Al. He squares this up against Hoyt. And that ball is blasted in left field down the line. And that's going to be a double. Let's make sure. And against the righty. Yeah, that's going to be a double down the left field line. And the tying run is down at second for the Moses rather. And Wally is what? 0 for 2. He's walked, flown out the center and to left. And he's going to blast this one, folks. And this is going to tie this game up. And that's going to be a double in the left center. And just like that, the A's have come back the whole way from a 7-1 deficit and tied this game up, folks. And upsets Bob Serve. He's homered in this game. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a 3-run homer. He grounded out to the mound his other time up. And that's going to be against the 17. That's going to be a single in the right field. And Wally's going to stop at third. He's not going to challenge Mick's arm out there with 1 out. And that's going to make the Yankees bring the infield in. And that's going to be it for Hoyt. So we got the righty up. Let's see who the Yankees are going to go to here. And Eddie LaPlante is going to come out here. And this is Eddie's 1953 season. He's going to try to come in here. The Yankees, I think, with Hayes up, they might try for the ground ball double play. And where's old Eddie at? There he is. And this is Eddie's first appearance of the year, folks. And in 1953 is what I said. I think that's what I said, 53. Yep, 1953. He pitched in 25 games, started 24. He was 16-4 with a 2.42 ERA. Runners at first and second. The Yankees, are they going to play back here? They're going to bring the infield in. They're not going to take a chance. Frankie Hayes is 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. He's walked and popped up to second. And that ball is blasted, folks. The Yankees all of a sudden now. And that's going to be a double in the right center field. That'll score Wally. And A's take the lead here. And let's see, will Serve try to score from first. And out to right field, that'll be a 36. He'll stay put. He's got terrible speed. So we'll have second and third now. And still only one out. And that'll bring up Max Bishop. The Yankees now trailing 9-8. Didn't see this coming. I thought the Yankees was just going to storm their way past these A's. Max is 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out, and flew out the center. What's going on, Legends and Aaron and Big Clue? And here's the pitch to Bishop. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Mix got it. Will that be deep enough to score the runner? And on a 52, Mick will probably be a fielding column 2 on that. And no, that's still fielding column 1. So that'll be a 39. And again, Serve's not going to test his arm. Serve's going to stay planted at third. Big out there by the Yankees. A fly ball in the right, and Serve can't score. And that'll be it for the Moose. So pitch hit for him. Let's see who's going to come off the bench now. And this time it will be Bob Johnson. Will come out of off the bench to pitch hit here and try to give the A's some insurance runs, folks. And this is Bob's 1934 season. And in 1934, Bob batted .307, 34 homers, 92 RBIs. This is his first plate appearance of the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Reds up with it, fires over to first. But the A's score 2 and take a 9-2 lead, 9-8 lead, folks. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. And they got either Bush in the bullpen or Eddie Plank. Plank pitched in game number 1, so I guess they'll go with Bullet Joe Bush. He'll come out here and pitch. He'll be facing Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, and Yogi Berra. Yankees trailing by 1 after having a 7-1 lead, folks. They did trail this game 1-0 going into the bottom of the first. But they close. I was saying that we wasn't going to have another close game for 2 games in a row. Man, I was fooled. Lou is 1 for 2 with a homer. He's walked and flew out the left. Here's the pitch to Gary. And that's going to be a swing and a miss strike out. Number 1 for Bush. And Bush in 1916. He pitched in 40 games. Started 33, had a 15-24 record with a 2.57 ERA. Up steps Joe DiMaggio. He's 1 for 3 with a singer, and he's flown out the left twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Galloway at short. And that'll be out number 2. And that brings up Yogi Berra now. Can he get a 2-out rally started here for the Yanks? He's 1 for 3 with an RBI double, flown out to the corners, left and right. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Fox, and he takes it himself, and the Yankees go down in order. We go to the top of the eighth. Top of the order due up here for the A's. And Galloway, Baker, and Fox. And Chick's having a good game, 2 for 4 with a single, grounded out once, then flew out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the field over to Lou for out number 1. And up steps Mr. Baker, home run Baker. And he is 1 for 4 with a double, flown out twice and grounded out once. And that ball is blasted. That ball is hitting the left field out there in Death Valley. Nobody's getting to that one. It's rolling around. And just like that, Baker's got a 1-out triple, folks. And that'll force the Yankees to bring the infield in with Mr. Double X up. Jimmy Fox, he's 1 for 4 with an RBI single. He's grounded out twice and flew out the left. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And I'll see here. Baker's got decent speed. Ruth, 43 minus a 33 plus 15, 25. And there's 2 outs. So a 51 or lower. Baker makes the home safely, folks. And nice throw by Babe Ruth. Guns him down, folks, for a fly-out double play. Ruth, right on the money to Yogi. Yogi applies the tag, and that'll end the inning, folks. And the Yankees escape with no run scoring. Nice play by Babe Ruth. And now we go to the bottom of the 8th. We got Red, a pitch hitter, and back to the top of the order, and Gordon. Red's 2 for 3, having a nice game. He's reached base all 3 times. He reached on an error his first time up, and 2 back-to-back singles. Can Red get aboard here again? And that's going to be a base on balls. Red trots on down to first. And that'll be it for Eddie. See who's going to come off the bench here against the old Bullet Joe. And I think Bill Dickey's going to come off the bench. We either have Bill Dickey come off the bench or Earl COOMBS. And I think it's going to be Dickey's coming off the bench. So Dickey's going to grab a bat here with Red down at first. 1 swing of the bat, and Dickey can give the Yankees a lead here, folks. This will be Dickey's first plate appearance of the season. It's his 1937 year. And in 1937, Dickey batted .332, 29 homers, and 133 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Dickey. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field for out number 1. We'll go back to the top of the order here. And Joe Gordon. And Tony Lazzari loosening up. Is Tony going to come out here and pitch to Gordon? And no. Tony's going to stay on the bench. And Joe's 0 for 2. He's walked, had a sacrifice fly, grounded out, and flew out. Can Joe get a 1-out base hit here, folks? And that's going to be, I think it is going to be a base hit. Yep, that's going to be a base hit, I think, an infield hit. Let's see here. Against a 19. No, that's going to be a fly ball in the center field and left field rather, and that's out number 2. That brings up Phil Rizzuto now, and Phil is 0 for 3. He's walked, grounded out twice, and reached on an error. Can Phil do something here with 2 outs, folks? And that's going to be an 8 against a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball again in the left field. Bob Sir's been busy out there, folks. That'll end the inning. See who's going to come out here to pitch for the Yanks. Try to keep this a 1-run lead. They got Ruth, Mano, and Lou due up here in the 8th. And they're going to go with Herb. I believe Herb's going to come out. What we got here, a righty, a lefty, and a righty. So Herb's going to come out of the bullpen. And this is Herb's. I didn't check. Should always check the year here. 1924 season. Can Herb keep this a 1-run game, folks? He'll have Simmons, Moses, and Thurb due up here. Herb pitched in 40 games, 34 starts, was 21-9 with a 2.83 ERA. Al Simmons is having one hell of a game. 3 for 5, 2 doubles, and an RBI. And he grounded out the shortest time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. I'm going to knock him down to a 5. That's going to be an infield hit. No, that's going to be a single in the left field. So the A's get the leadoff batter aboard here, folks. Al Simmons having a hell of a game. And up steps Wally now with the insurance run down at first. And Wally is 1 for 3. He's walked, had a double, and flown out the center and left. And that's going to be a fly ball out the roof and left for out number 1. And Bob serves up the Yankees. He's already homered in this game against them. He is 2 for 3. A 3-run homer. He's walked, and he is grounded out to the mound. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Bob Serves having one hell of a game here in Yankee Stadium. And that makes it a 11-8 ball game. Bob Serves making me look like a genius putting him in the lineup. And I had to bring up Frankie Hayes. Frankie's having a hell of a game. He's 2 for 3 with a walk and a homer. And he has popped up and he's going to hit that ball out the short. And Phil Rizzuto, a 52 on a 9. That's going to barely beat fielding column 1. It's going to be a nice play. Now it's still going to be an error. That's going to be an E6 on field. And nothing's going the Yankees' way here in the 9th. And that'll bring up Max Bishop. And Max is 0 for 4. Grounded out once. Struck out and flown out twice. And that's going to be a pop-up in the infield. And Phil Rizzuto is going to make the catch for out number 2. And that's going to be it for Joe. They're going to go through their whole bullpen here, folks. And let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit. And we got Gus is going to come out here and pitch hit. And I don't mean Eddie Plank's going to come in here and try to finish this game. He's the only pitcher they got left in the bullpen. And this is Gus's 1953 season. And this will be his first at bat of the year. He batted .284, 42 homers, and 108 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Lou's going to take it himself. And that'll end the inning. But Bob Serve hits a 2-run homer, folks, and gives the A's a 3-run lead going into the bottom of the 9th. Get Ed Plank. Hold on here. He's got Ruth, Mantle, and Lou due up here in the ninth. This game goes into extra innings. Ed's going to have to do a lot of work. So Babe is 2 for 4 today. He's got 2 home runs. He's flown out the right and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Yankees need base runners. You don't want to walk Yankees. Not with this power. That brings up Mick. Can Mick do something here, folks? At least get on base and bring the tying run to the plate. Mick's 0 for 3. He's walked, flown out the left twice, and grounded out the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And let's see here. Bishop is a 8 and a 22. And that's going to be fielding column 1. They're going to get the lead runner. So Babe's thrown out at second. And that'll bring up Lou Gehrig. Mick down at first. With 1 out, Lou Gehrig's homered in this game, folks. He is 1 for 3. He's walked, flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And he is an 8 on a 15. That's going to be fielding column 1 there. Again, they're going to get the lead runner down at second, but can't turn the double play. So it is up to Joe DiMaggio to keep this game alive, folks. And if you remember, he hit a big 2-run homer in game 1. And DiMaggio's 1 for 4. He singled, flown out the left twice, and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe. Let's see, against 14. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Lou's not going nowhere. He's going to stop at second. He's not going to get thrown out here. That'll bring up the tying run, and Joe is down at first. Lou at second, and Yogi Berra up to the plate. Can Yogi be the hero here, folks? This is Casey's boy. He's 1 for 4 with a RBI double. He's flown out the left, out the right, and he's grounded out the first. Here's the pitch to Yogi. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Yogi Berra has tied this ball game up. Just like that. A home run down the right field line. And it is 11-11. These Yankees got the power, man. And all those walks. So Yogi is a hero so far. Now nobody on, and Ed Ruffin comes to the plate. And Red is 2 for 3. He's walked, reached on an error. He's been on base every time. Can Red get on board here again? And that's going to be against a lefty. That's going to make him an 18. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Simmons makes the catch for out number 3. But the Yankees tie this up on a 3-run homer by Yogi Berra. We go extras. Read all about it, folks. Top of the order due up here against Herb, Galloway, Baker, and Fox. Like I say, there is no more pitchers in that bullpen. Eddie's going to have to pitch some innings here. Here is the pitch to Galloway. What a game. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Red's up with it. Fires over to Lou for out number 1. And up steps Mr. Baker. Home run Baker's up now. He's 2 for 5 with a double and a triple. He's flown out twice and grounded out once. And that's going to be against the lefty. 17. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Babe Ruth's got it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here for the A's. Up steps Mr. Double X, Jimmy Fox. Jimmy's 1 for 5 with an RBI. He's grounded out twice, flown out twice. And that's going to be a base on balls. Don't want that. So the go-ahead run in at first. And this is not who you want to see up if you're a Yankee fan. Al Simmons is having one hell of a game, folks. I thought that RBI single in the ninth sealed this deal, but here we are. Simmons 4 for 5, 2 doubles, and he's grounded out the short his other time up. And they get him, folks. That's a fly ball out to center field. DiMaggio's got room out there. And that'll be it. The A's strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 10th. We'll have a pitch hitter for Herb. That'll be it for Herb. See who's going to come off the bench. And I think it's going to be Tony Lazzari. It's going to come off the bench here. Try to get aboard here. He really hits lefties well. So up steps Tony. Try to get aboard here for the big boppers. What a game, man. You got to love this bats league. And Tony's batting 500. He's 2 for 4. He's got a homer and an RBI. Here's the pitch to Tony. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. Hayes able to field it cleanly. He fires down the first, and that'll be out number 1. Nice play by Hayes back there. That was a tricky ball. He made a nice play. So 1 out, and we go to the top of the order in Flash Gordon. Can Flash get aboard here, folks? He is 0 for 3 with a walk and a sacrifice fly. He's flown out twice and grounded out once. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is driven into the gap. Let's see, against the lefty. That'll make him a 16. And that ball is hit in the right field. Wally lets it get over his head. And just like that, Flash puts on the Jets. That brown-eyed handsome man's in there with a 1-out triple, folks. A winning run 90 feet away. Phil Rizzuto up. The A's bring the infield in. Phil is 0 for 4, so he's due. He's walked, grounded out twice, reached on an error, and flew out the left. Here's the pitch to Phil. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Ground ball down the first. And 45. He's probably still going to be fielding column 1. Yep, that'll be fielding column 1. And that'll be hit down the first. Fox looks the runner back. And he'll take it himself. So now it's 2 outs from Babe Ruth up the bat here, folks. And do you walk Ruth? That is the question. I don't think you do. I think you pitch to Ruth. You don't want to pitch to Mick. Ruth is 2 for 4, though, with 2 homers and a walk. He has struck out and flown out. Here's the ball game here, folks. Can Ruth come through? And he does, and I was a jackass for pitching to him. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Babe Ruth with a 3-run homer game, folks. Walks it all for the Yankees. The Yankees win 13-11. Babe Ruth is the man. What a game by Babe freaking Ruth. A 3 for 4, 3-homer game. Eddie said he could get him out. Didn't want to face the switch-hitting Mickey Mantle. That's why you got Mick batting behind Ruth, in my opinion, just for that reason. With those lefties, they didn't want to pitch to Mick. Well, I think it was one hell of a game too, Ken. Crazy, wasn't it? Damn, I didn't see this game being like that. Thought it was going to be a boring blowout. Damn, you got to love the bats. I am having so much fun with this. I'm kind of sad in the way I started that 78 season. And it was, wasn't it, Ken? Gosh, you gotta love it. Let's go here and look at the box score. Got to be talking about Ruth's 3-homer game. Ruth 3 home runs, drives in 6 of the 13 runs. Babe freaking Ruth. Like I say, I didn't want to pitch to Mick. Didn't want to pitch to Mick. The A's, 11 runs, 15 hits, out hit the Yankees. 2 errors. The Yankees, 13 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. Look at this. Galloway 2 for 6. Baker 2 for 6. Did anybody not? Max Bishop didn't get a hit. Max did not get a hit. How about Al Simmons? What a game by Al Simmons. 4 for 6. Scored 3 times. And Bob Serve was the freaking man. If it wasn't for Babe Ruth, we'd be talking about Bob Serve. 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs of his own. 2 home runs. Bob Serve shaking his head and says, Babe freaking Ruth. And the A's were 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position, left 8 men on base. Of course, the story, like I say, is Babe Ruth, 3 for 5. DiMaggio was 2 for 5. Yogi was 2 for 5. Red was 2 for 4. And old Phil Rizzuto went 0 for 5. He was the only Yankee without a hit. Yeah, this is a 3-game series. That'll be the next one. Yeah, we do owe it all. The Beatles is right. Ken, you're exactly right. Let's look at the non-pitching game here. The Yankees were 5 for 8. Awesome with runners in scoring position. Ruth, Gehrig, and Yogi. Don't forget Yogi's 3-run homer in the 9th to tie this game up. I get lost in Ruth's 3-homer game, but Yogi Berra tied that ball game up, folks. The Yankees left 6 men on base. Look at this non-pitching performance. Actually, the middle of the bullpen, Ed, he's having a rough start to the year. Old Jack Combs comes out and only pitches a third of an inning, gives up 4 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 2 and gave up 2 home runs. Wahlberg pitches 2 2/3, 2 hits, walks 2. Romo comes out 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, gives up a homer. And Moose Earnshaw comes out, pitches an inning, strikes out 1. Bush pitches 2 innings, walked 1, struck out 1. And Eddie Plank, 2 games against the Yankees, pitches poorly, drops to 0-1, pitches 1 2/3, gives up 4 hits, 5 runs, walked 1. Whitey pitches 5 innings, gets a no decision, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, walked 3, struck out 2, and gave up 2 homers. Hoyt, an inning and a third, didn't do much better. 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 1. LaPlante, he had a nice inning and 2/3, 2 hits, and Herb comes out, picks up the win. Didn't pitch very effectively. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, and gave up a homer. But he gets the win. What a hell of a game, folks. Hell of a game. We'll look real quick here at this leaderboard. It ain't much to look at, but it is crazy. Ruth with a 3-homer game, leading the American League with 3 homers and 6 RBIs. Bob Serve, look at that. 2 homers. Bob Serve and 5 RBIs. We got to get a pitcher for Steve O'Neill. I forgot about that. But yeah, it's crazy, ain't it? Willie Mays has 2 homers. Well, Wally with 4 RBIs. Ain't much to look at, but I just wanted to see Bob Serve up there on the leaderboard, folks. Yankees are 2-0 in the season. I want to thank Ken Castro, Legend Sports Universe, Clinton Parks, Aaron Reed, Big Clue. And I believe that was everybody, as Ken Castro was the first one in the stadium today, folks. I'll let Ken answer that question for Clinton before I get off of here. I don't know if Ken's still in here or not, Clinton, buddy. Okay, bud. I just wanted to give him. Oh, there he answered you, bud. He says not off the top of his head, Clinton, buddy. Alrighty, folks. Well, you all have a great evening. Thanks for tuning into this game. It was a hell of a game. Definitely one of the best games of the year. Till next time, you all have a great evening. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and bell. And when you're leaving Yankees Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Y'all take care.